Alright, so number 1.
Be quiet, she's trying to see.
Alright, number 1 says which relation is a function. So for something to be a function, that means what? What cannot repeat? X cannot repeat, right? Awesome. Okay, so in a mapping diagram, that means that X cannot have 2 arrows.
At this time, can we have senior superlatives to the gym for pictures? Senior superlatives, thank you.
Alright, so this guy, our X value has 2 arrows, so that is not the answer. Alright, does this one have 2 arrows?
No.
None of those.
Oh, no.
Okay, look, guys. Look at what I'm asking you. There's not a number on here that has 2 arrows coming from it. This one does. That 5 has 2 arrows, so that's not the answer. This 5 has 2 arrows, so that's not the answer. So what's the right answer? B. Now, I want you to correct it in marker. Marker. If you got it wrong, correct it in marker. Does everybody understand? Alright, are we ready for number 2? Alright, it says which relation is a function? What cannot repeat? X. Alright, does X repeat in this one? Nope. So, that looks like it could be our answer, but let's check the others. Do we have an X that repeats here?
Yes.
Yep, that one repeats. Alright, what about in the next one? Okay, what about in the last one? Awesome, so A is our right answer. Good job, guys. Remember, we're correcting in marker. Alright. So number 2 says, what?
He said go to nurses because he is sick.
Alright. It says which relation is a function. Remember, for it to be a function, it has to pass the vertical line test. That means it cannot hit 2 dots. Does that line hit 2 dots? Alright, what about this line? What about over here on D? Does it hit those 2 dots?
No.
It hits those 2, so that means our answer is C. Yay! Alright, so on number 4, it's the same thing. You have to do the vertical line test. So anytime it's a graph, do the vertical line test. So let's make some notes on our study guide so that when we look over it tonight, we know what's going on. So on a graph, let's write that it must pass the vertical line test. And what is the vertical line test?
Oh, it's bring the light. Try to say
If it hits twice. And if it hits twice, what is it? It's not a function. If it hits once, what is it? It is a function. Awesome. Take a point, guys. Good job. Does everybody have this written down? Alright, so let's turn it over. Let's go back to 1 and 2. Alright, so remember, on a mapping, 1x cannot have 2 arrows. And then on a table, what's true on a table? Look at you go. Take a point. So let's make sure we have that written down. Everybody needs to make sure this is written down beside 1 and 2.
He needs to go to the
Guys, he's fine enough to be here. It's fine. Let it go. Be Elsa. Are you ready? Alright, number 4, let's do this. So number 4 was on 2 separate pages because I didn't have enough room. Superstar. Alright, so remember you have to do, if it's a graph, you have to do the vertical line test. Now if you can't see the line on D, it's a stair.
Can you draw that?
It's already on there, but if you want to darken it in, you can.
Can I make it right on?
You can make it whatever color you want to. I meant to make it darker before I made the copies and didn't. Super sorry. Alright, so on C, if we draw a vertical line through that, how many times does it hit it?
Twice.
So that's not a function. What about this guy? I don't know.
Twice.
That has vertical line, so that's not a function. What about B? We have a dot under that.
Twice.
Alright, so the answer is A. Yay!
What's that message from the
I'm sorry? This is what we wrote down a minute ago. Okay. Alright, are we ready for the next section? You didn't write it down when I gave you 5 minutes to write it down? Dang, Reggie. Slacking over there. Must pass the vertical line test, son. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to zoom in so that we can see. Is that blurry?
Yes.
What about now? Better? Okay, I can't really understand what we're saying. Alright, so it says, which relation is a function? So these are ordered pairs. What cannot repeat? X cannot repeat. Alright, so in A, do any of our X values repeat?
Yes.
The 2 and the 2, right? Okay. What about in B?
Yes.
I see 2 5s. Alright, what about in C? That's a -5, so that's a different number.
Oh.
Alright, so in C, I see 2 -5s, so D has to be our answer, but let's check and make sure Miss Asbury isn't a crazy person. Yep, that's our answer. Alright, what are the directions? Okay, so this says that the following table shows the monthly charges for subscribing to the local paper. And number 6 says, write the ordered pairs represented by the newspaper subscription. So that's on page, what in our notebook? Relations, page 25. So if you're looking back over this and you get confused on how to do it, you need to go to page 25. So let's write a note that says page 25. Page 25. Both of those are on page 25. And several of you yesterday said, I don't know how to write an ordered pair. Well, we've done that several times. We had to do that for our train. We had to do that when we were talking about relations. We've done that several times. So the top one is X, the bottom one is Y. Remember, you have to have your brackets. And then our first ordered pair is 1, 15, 25. Our second ordered pair is 2, 30, 50. Our second one is 3, $45.75. And 4, 60, awesome. And 5. So that's all you had to do on that one. So I hope everybody got that one right.
I did.
Those of us who did our study guide. Alright, number 7, it says draw a graph. So, what kind of paper does the graph go on? Graph paper. Does it have to? Yes, it does. Alright, so we are going by money, right? Okay, so I'm going to do I did my x-axis like this. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so we can see. Alright, so our x and y axis do not have to be the same units. So our money is 15, then 30, then 45, 61, 76. So how do you think we should count our y-axis? By fives? Awesome, let's do that. Alright, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. I went up to 85. Yours at least needs to go up to 75 because our highest number was what, 76? Yep.
At this time, can we have who's who to the gym for their pictures? Who's who? Thank you.
All day. No. It's when you're a senior, you get voted as who's who. Like, who's the funniest? Who dresses best? Yeah. Yep. Either one works. So, again, that's a great question that Ms. Jessica just pointed out. We can do anything over here. We could do anything at the bottom. We could do this by tens. That's fine as well. But it has to be consistent. So if you start by going up by fives, you have to keep going up by fives. Does everybody understand? Alright, so our first point was 1, 15, 25, right? So everybody go right 1, up 15. Now, it's 15. Please wait, please stop. We go right 1 and up 15, but it's 15.25. So that's not on the line, so it needs to go up. Who said it? Which one? Reggie said it or Bronson said it?
Reggie said it.
I don't know. I mean, you're just pointing. There's still 2 hymns. Okay. Both of you just be quiet. How about that? Because now we're trying to do our study guide. Alright, 2. Our second point was 2, 30, 50. Now, is that on the line of 30? It's $30.50. So is that exactly $30?
No.
Guys, $30 is not the same as $30.50. So it cannot be on the line. You go up a little bit more. Just like that. So this is 1, 15, 25. Thank you, Ariel. This is 2, 30, 50. What was it for 3? 45, 70? Alright, now is that exactly 45? So go above it. Just a little bit. I see a lot of people graphing when this was the number you should have done last night. And y'all told me you got through number 7. Working it out was graphing it. So you all lied to me yesterday is what you're telling me. That's good to know. Alright, now I want you to make sure you label your x-axis. What did it say our x was? On the table, what was x? And what was our y value? And what is the graph representing? Newspaper subscriptions? Yep. That's your title. So all of that needs to be on your graph. You need to label your x-axis, your y-axis, and the graph. Are we ready? Alright, let's go over number 8. Hello.
Like if they write their decimals on their table, or it always probably be just, the whole number. The whole number?
Including the decimal.
Yeah, but I mean the numbers that they write in the Y.
Here?
Instead of writing the 25, that they go ahead and write 25.25.
On the axis? Yes, they can do that.
Thank you.
Are you ready? Yes, you are. Alright, number 8. Alright, so it says identify the independent and dependent variables in the newspaper subscription table.
I got this one.
Tell me.
The ghost is the dependent and the month is the independent.
The ghost?
No, the ghost is
I think he said ghost. I think he said
dependent.
Alright, so independent and dependent is what page in our notebook?
It's like the, it's
Page 29?
yeah.
Alright, so we're going to write page 29 beside this. Yeah, because that's what we're doing. Studying. Crazy. Alright, so on page 29, it says X is always the independent variable. So which one of, on our table, which one was X? The number of months or the total? The number of months. Alright, so independent. Alright, so what is the dependent? If independent is number of months, what is dependent? The total cost. Stop that.
Okay.
So, is that like how all we have to do?
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Well, I like really different. Like I put mine in parentheses, and I did like other like I don't read it here, but each I put I and E.
You did not have to do that.
Okay.
You went a step further, and that's good. But all you had to do was tell me which one was independent and which one was dependent. And Why do you think that the months that you subscribe to a new newspaper is independent? Why do you think that controls your total cost?
Because you want to see how much
What does that mean, guys? The number of months is your independent. So if I purchase only 1 month subscription, how much is it going to charge me?
15.25.
What if I purchase 4 months?
61.
What if I purchase 3?
$76.25.
So how many months I sign up controls how much I pay, right? Why?
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 Because you're not going to pay the same price for a 5-month service as a 1-month service.
Why?
Because they're different numbers.
Because it's more months, right? Okay. So you should be able to look at this and know what the independent variable is. The independent controls what's going on. So the number of months you sign up controls how much you pay, not the other way around. All right? So this guy, it says express as a graph and a mapping, and then do the domain and range. So I hope you guys did that. All right, so I'm going to do my mapping first. And this is X, this is Y, 2 and 3. All right, so what does my 3 match up with over here? 3 matches up with what? The first one. And then what else does it match up with? Okay. What does 2 match up with? And? So hopefully your mapping looks like this, but I see some of us writing. All right, what's the domain? 2 and 3. Because remember, we only write it once. What's our range? -5, 1, 3, 4. Look at you go, Ariel. Take a point. Good job. All right, and we also had to graph that, correct? Because if it repeats, you only have to write it one time. That's a great question. So let's make a note that says that. Only write once. If it repeats, yes. Yes. Numerical order, guys. Least to greatest. And it says that in your notes on page 25. Are you guys glad to have Miss Walker back?
Yes.
Did y'all tell her how much you missed her?
Yes, we missed Miss Walker so much.
And then Miss Asbury was mean and made you look up stuff without me? Oh my gosh. I know. With Miss Walker here, she keeps me in line, doesn't she, guys?
Have to be in order from smallest to largest?
Yes, least to greatest, yes.
Oh, because the range? Oh, okay. So you have to, and the...
-5, 1, 3, 4. Yes, ma'am.
And the mapping?
The mapping, yes.
They both have to be in order.
They don't have to be, but I like them to be. I won't count off if they, forget that.
Okay.
I hope you guys are graphing and not just waiting on me. Alright, so hopefully your graph looks like that.
I did it like right here.
That's fine. I would like it to be on graph paper on your test, though. Alright, number 10. It says determine the domain and range. So what's your domain of this guy?
The domains are
In numerical order from least to greatest. 3 and 4. Awesome. What's the range besides Tierra and Bronson? Numerical order. What's the smallest? -2. And then? Positive 1, and then
Positive 3.
3, then 4, then 2, then 18.
least to greatest, son.
Oh.
That's all you had to do. Woo! Are we ready for 11? We're almost done. Alright, so it says to write it as an ordered pair and then describe the domain and range. So your ordered pairs, what comes first? The X, which is the year. Good. And what comes next? Then Y. So our first one is 02, and the next one, we're going to call that 35. And then it's 03 and 36. 04, what, 29? Oh, he hit a lot in 05, right? Ah, didn't mean to do that. Don't draw that last parentheses. I didn't mean to do that. I've got some. Thank you. Usually I have it on my desk up here. Your eraser's on the floor, sweets. Yes. Oh, I thought somebody said my name. Alright, in 05, how many home runs did he hit? In 2005, how many home runs did he hit? 51. Alright, in 06, how many home runs did he hit?
41. 42.
Alright, in 07, how many home runs did he hit? How many? 25. Look at you go. Take a point, Sarah. Alright, and have we finished that question? What else did it ask us? Domain and range. Alright, what's the domain, guys? But does it say list or does it say describe? Okay, so let's make sure we're describing it. What is our domain? Nope. What is the domain? It says describe it. What is it? Look at you go. Take a point. Years from 2002 to 2007. Alright, and what is the range?
The range
Is the home runs. Good. Take a point, guys. You said it first. Alright, so number 12, it says determine whether the relation is a function. What do you guys think? Who votes yes? Who votes no? We're on number 12. Is it a function? I say no. Why is it not a function? James?
Because 5 is repeating.
Take a point. Alright, so this is not a function because X or 5 repeats. We have 13. We're almost there. Remember, we have a last page. You should staple it and put it in numerical order. Crazy! Alright, so this is page 1 where it starts with the number 1. Page 2, it starts with C. We're going to put our graph behind that. And the last one, 13 and 14. 13, 14, and 15. Get excited. Alright, number 13. It says determine if the following relation is a function, then state the domain and range. Is this a function?
No.
Why? Take a point. Alright, what's our domain? You were close. You just had it in reverse order. Alright, what's our range?
Just gonna be in that order. 0, 2, 3.
-2, 0, 2, 3. Are you sure? Because it says, why is the following a function? So why is it a function?
Because no numbers repeat.
No, which numbers repeat? James?
I wrote because it's a set of ordered pairs with no repeat.
Take a point. Alright, so because it is a set of ordered pairs with no repeating X. Alright, so then the last one, number 15, that's exactly what we had to do for our function train. We had to create a table, right? And we had to plug in our values. So you could use any values, but a good thing to do is to use the same ones every time, just like we had on our function train. So we would first start by plugging in, and it's, z instead of x, and that's perfectly okay. We would say y equals 2 times -3 minus 1. What's 2 times -3? And what's -6 minus 1?
Oh, -5.
No.
Oh,
-7. Alright, and then next we would plug in -2. So what's 2 times -2? And what's -4 minus 1? Alright, so you should be able to finish that table without me because this was homework.
I'm done.
Alright, when is your test? Are you going to study tonight? You need to study your notebook and your study guide. Nick, I hear you, son. You still need to study even if you're not going to be here.